Back, the verification of the status of refugees living in and around the Methodist Church in Greenmarket Square in Cape Town is now underway. They have been taken to Salt River for that process to unfold. ENCA's Aisha Ismail is there to tell us more about what's happening. So Aisha, just tell us about how this process is happening.
Well, the verification process is in progress here at the Salt River City Civic Centre. It's a civic centre belonging to the City of Cape Town, and the City of Cape Town has made this building available so that the officials from the Department of Home Affairs will be able to do the verification of the refugees living in and around the Central Methodist Church as per the court order. But I'm also now joined by the spokesperson for the Department of Home Affairs, who will explain to us exactly what is taking place inside, because we are not allowed to go inside the civic centre. Sia, you explained to me earlier why we are not allowed to go inside.
Thank you very much, Aisha. The reason that we are not allowing people to film inside is because the process of verifying people is governed by international and domestic conventions. The key to that is the protection of the people who are seeking protection from the state. So when someone comes in to apply as a for a refugee status, they are essentially seeking protection from the state. So we cannot then expose them to the media and also to the members of the public up until they themselves make that determination. We can't do it as a department.
Okay. So having said that, what exactly is happening inside? How does this verification process take place, and what are they verifying?
Well, I've got a few of my colleagues working inside. They are divided into a few workstations. There is a workstation that actually deals with the verification. The verification basically establishes whether someone has got documentation or not and their current status in the country. People who've got the status, either they are refugees or asylum seekers, will then be processed through the refugee laws, and people who don't have document will then be processed through immigration laws. So I've got all of those colleagues in here doing that. So the first part is to determine what is the status of someone who is here, and then from that point we then determine what needs to happen beyond that. People who do not have who do not have a status to be in the country, those ones will be processed through the courts as per norm.
When you say process through the courts, are you going to be issuing fines to people here? How does it work?
No, we'll prepare a file and then we'll then take it to the courts, because it's the courts that determines what needs to happen to people who are in the country without proper documentations.
So this is not a Department of Home Affairs. How are you verifying the statuses of people if this is not a building that belongs to Home Affairs?
Well, the court did instruct us to do the verification. So part of our preparations for the verification was to make sure that we've got the capacity to connect to our national database of information that has got national population information. So this truck over here is connecting my colleagues who are inside to the national database. So as people will get to be processed here, we can check live with the database to make sure that indeed the people who presents here is indeed already inside or in one of our databases.
Thank you so much for your time. And Shahan, I'm told that the officials from the Department of Home Affairs will be staying here at the Civic Centre to process the refugees and asylum seekers at least until 10 p.m. tonight, and they will be returning again tomorrow, and this process will last for at least 7 days.
All right, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Aisha Ismail is in Salt River.